For this tutorial, we'll be working with the version of VU that handles P6 files. We offer another version that handles MSP files, and the workflow is nearly identical. Installation for either is covered in our installation tutorial. The program workflow is very simple. Just move along a series of tabs from left to right. It's impossible to get lost. The bottom panel is common to all tabs and displays project information, operation status messages, and a help button that will display a help file. If you read this help file through in the 10 minutes it takes, you can probably skip these tutorials. We are on the first tab, the File Operations tab. It is your starting point for each session. Its purpose is to allow you to select and process the three kinds of files you will be dealing with: your XCRs or XMLs from the scheduling program, the VU data files, and the report files. The XCR operations box lists all the XCR files you have copied into your VU folder. Once there, you can copy them to new names, rename them, or delete them. Just select the file you want to operate on and hit the button. If you care about sorting, you may want to include status, date, year, month, day numbers in your file names. It's amazing how many people fail to ever use this simple expedient that guarantees perfect chronological sorting. If you are in the middle of a session and use Explorer to copy a file of one of these recognized types into your VU directory, hitting the Refresh All button will cause VU to rescan the folder so that your recently added file appears. The Import to VSD button is the one that converts your XCR file to a VSD2 file, our native format. VU currently handles P6 version 7, 8, 15, and 16 XCR files. Always remember that Oracle allows you to export XCRs that are compatible with earlier versions of its products. Let's import a couple. Note that the VSD2 file prefix is the same as the XCR file prefix. If you import the same XCR twice, the first VSD2 file will be overwritten. The Strip POBS table button will remove the huge but useless POBS information from P6 8.3 files. File size reductions of 95 to 98% are commonplace. This is irreversible, but you copied your XCRs into VU, right? On a friend's machine, stripping the POBS information reduced import times to his standalone installation from a full day to roughly 6 seconds. What's that worth? Let's do one now. Here's a big file here. Let's click the button. And it went from 49 megs just down to a little over a meg. Not too shabby. The VSD2 operations are simple. You can copy, rename, or delete them. The Delete All button does what it says. Let's perform some of these operations now. We'll take this guy here, we'll copy him, give him a new name. We do have to keep the file extension, that's important. Name him to Hi. And we might want to rename him. Name him to Hi2. We can delete it if we want. We can delete them all. The report operations buttons also do what they say. The View Report button brings up the selected report. From there you can scroll through, copy text, or print the entire report. Note that by default, VU stores all the reports and files it generates in the VU folder. Report operations will warn you if you are about to overwrite a previous report of the same name and allow you to modify the current report file name. To actually analyze data, you have to load VSD2 files. VU can do nothing more until you at least load a current file by selecting the file and hitting the Load as Current button. Let's do that now. You can see the operation here, and here's the file name, project name, status date. It's ready to go. Optionally, if you want to compare baseline information with the current project, you can select a different VSD2 file and hit the Load as Baseline button. Now you are in comparative mode. You can compare tasks and other project properties between two schedules. Let's load a baseline right now. Load as baseline. That's what happened. Here's the information on that. The Clear Baseline button will remove the baseline information from the session. There is no Clear Current button. You just load another file as the current project. We'll talk about the code section in the basic tutorial part 4, task filtering. You are now ready to look at the data. You can now do 4 things at this point. You can use the Schedule Analysis tab, use the Precedence Reports tab, use the Filter Tasks tab, or browse all the tasks. See you at part 2 of this tutorial, Schedule Analysis.